All right, Brian Maxwell here with I Only Touch Greatness podcast. And, make sure you guys tune in to the Floyd Mayweather card and watch Brian Maxwell versus Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson on June 6th, Sunday, June 6th. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be one of the biggest fights of the year.
Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.
The number one sports podcast in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. I never stop. I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. We are going live.
What was childhood like? Where were you born, and when did you start fighting?
My childhood was a normal childhood. I got to be a kid, and then I got to start playing sports finally as a kid, and my parents made me start playing basketball, and I kind of got burnt out with basketball, and decided I needed to do something else because I was decent at basketball. I just needed to do something else because I didn't see myself doing anything with basketball. So I started wrestling and playing football and running track. But, overall, I'm glad my childhood was the way it was because it molded me into who I am today. And, what really got me into fighting, like I told everybody else, was one of my roommates, putting me on with watching UFC fights, and it sparked my interest. And I got a super big wrestling background, and that's what has got me to where I'm at today. My wrestling, and of course I've picked up some other things and styles and mixed martial arts along the way, and now I'm doing bare knuckle, and now I'm doing boxing also.
Mm-hmm. And what was the UFC? Offhand what UFC fight that was that maybe grabbed your attention, wanted to pull you towards it?
It was back in 2007. Anderson Silva was the main event. I forgot. Yeah. Might have been Rich Franklin that he was fighting. If I stand corrected, and I liked how he fought, and I liked his swagger, and I liked how he moved, and that was my favorite fighter from that point because it was the main event when they turned the TV on, and I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be my favorite. So I've been an Anderson Silva fan since 2007, and that's awesome.
Yeah, in his prime, he was nuts. He was awesome in his nut. When he was in his prime, up until that major leg injury, that kind of fucked him up he never really was the same after that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big facts. You know, like after that fight where he broke his leg, and shoot, even after that fight where he lost to Chris Weidman that first time, you know, he hasn't been the same ever since then.
Yeah,
and I think he's won what maybe 2 fights since then.
Yeah, I think so.
And lost 8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Remember he had so much swag that he was like almost taunting, and that's when he got caught, and it was like, boom. But ever since then, he's been downhill in my eyes. He's still a legend and still great at what he does. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, he's still the GOAT in my book.
Oh yeah. So what did you do before MMA as a profession?
I mean, before MMA, all I did was, I was living life, and you know, I was messing with doing logging and stuff, and you know, when I heard about my son, and I needed to get my shit together and do something with myself, and you know, right around that time is when I finally decided to, you know, look up MMA fights, and I got one, and you know, the rest is history.
And then there you go.
And how did the whole June 6th thing come to?
Look, I'm still kind of baffled on how that came to. Like I just I'll probably finally find out when I get to Miami on Wednesday. But like I'm still like lost on how my name got brought up, how I was even, you know, basically given the opportunity. But I'm happy that I've gotten the opportunity, and I'm going to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Have you actually talked to Ocho Cinco much, or do you know much about him?
Yeah, we've talked on the phone several times, and we've texted a few times too. And you know, like I always tell everybody else, I'm a big fanboy of Chad's, and you know, I've watched him since day one as my favorite receiver growing up as a kid. I even wore his number when I first started playing football. And, you know, my fanboy is out the window right now. It's gone. My fanboy has went out the window for several weeks now, and I'm just on, you know, fighter mode, and I'm ready to fight. I can't wait till this weekend.
Yeah, we can't wait to see that. And it's funny you say that as a fanboy, because I'm definitely an Ocho Cinco fanboy too. I'm a huge Bengals fan. I mean, I was born with a Bengals jersey on, so I feel the love for Ocho as well.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, that's crazy. And what are you expecting from Ocho Cinco?
I mean, I'm expecting a great exhibition fight, and you know, if I feel at any point that, you know, I'm threatened and feel like I'm unsafe in that fight, is when my other switch is going to kick on, and I'm going for the knockout. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Who do you got in the Mayweather Logan Paul fight?
Of course, I got Mayweather winning that fight. I mean, it's a easy fight for Mayweather. I mean, you know, Paul is going to, you know, he's going to come out. He's an athletic dude, so you know, everybody has a puncher's chance. So you never know what really is going to happen. But you know, everybody's expecting Floyd Mayweather to win this fight with a breeze.
Yeah, that's for sure. And do you think Logan Paul could ever steal your hat?
Man, if he tried to steal my hat, he definitely had to catch these hands, just like he did when he took Floyd's hat.
And that's how that's how we got into talking about it ahead of time. I was running through my questions with Mike here, and we're like, "Oh man, I'd fucking love it." And then I'm like, "Oh, I could fuck up both the Pauls, that's for sure." But probably not. I'm only like 5 feet tall.
I mean, you know, if the opportunity came, you know, and it was a smart business move or it made sense, I would do it. I'd fight either one of them, just like anybody else would fight any one of them if the opportunity came across and it presented itself well. I mean, it's good business. It's good for fans. It's good in general. I mean, who cares if they're YouTubers? They're making a lot of money. They're great business guys, and they're actually athletic. Both of those guys were state caliber high school wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you have any pre-fight rituals or routines?
I mean, I've done the same thing since high school for pre-fight rituals. You know, I chill out. You know, I'll take one final, you know, sit in Epsom salt and green alcohol for like an hour, you know, to help not only help with the soreness, but to help my body relax, and I just chill out and do like I always do on fight day. Should I actually do it every day, even when I'm at work? I'll put my earbuds in and listen to music to be in my zone.
Do you have any hobbies outside of fighting?
Yeah, I love messing with cars. I own 2 Honda Civic SIs, and one of them is a one of 1,000 ever made. It's called a Honda Civic SI Mugen edition, and it was only 1,000 made. And I love that car. I always wanted one since it was came out in 2008, and I finally got one in 2015. I think I got that car. I think I got it in 2015, and I've had so many people trying to buy that car off me. It's just a car that I will not let get away. And then, I have a 2017 Honda Civic SI, and, I've built that one pretty tough, and, it's not done yet, but it's to my liking at the moment. I like going to the track and stuff. I like watching street racing and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah,
one of 1,000. That's basically untouchable then.
Yes, sir. And, of course, people have made replicas of the car and stuff like that, but you'll know a real one when you see it because of the stamp under it and the stamp on the inside of the car. So it's pretty rare. I've only seen, well, in my area, I'm part of the club of guys with the car, and it's probably about 500 left that haven't been totaled or wrecked or stolen and made into something else or hacked up and beat up to death. But I love the car, man. It's my favorite car that I've ever had so far, and I'll never let it go. But unless the money's right there in front of me, then it might go. But other than that, I'm going to keep that car for a minute.
And
absolutely, fair enough.
And Hondas are good. The Hondas run forever. That's what I've always grown up having Hondas as well until my last car. I went to Mazda, but I think what am I, Acura? Shit.
Hey, it's still a Honda, basically.
It's the
same
Honda
company.
Yeah,
just the Acura is just the luxury edition of a Honda, and they'll last forever too. And you could beat the shit out of them, and they'll still run.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
if you could sit down for dinner with anybody dead or alive, who is it?
Biggie Smalls.
Ooh.
I like it. We never heard that one. That's a good one.
No.
Yes, sir. I feel like that would be an awesome conversation, just for the simple fact that he was a Honda guy also, and that would be an awesome conversation, having the conversation of him talking about Hondas and also music and stuff too.
See, my answer to that is always Tupac.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Tupac too, but I'm more of a Biggie fan because he's from the same place where my mom is from. So
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Okay. And I read somewhere that George Masvidal helped set up this fight for you.
I mean, that's what Chad said. He said that Jorge Masvidal, mentioned my name to him, and like I said, I'm still baffled about how they even knew who I was, and I guess they say you never know who's watching in the fight game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What would you say your favorite strike and favorite submission is?
My favorite submission is an Americana. I've won so many jiu-jitsu tournaments and won so many jiu-jitsu matches with Americanas or Kimuras, but actually a Kimura is my favorite submission. I love Kimuras because I've gotten to a place to where I don't care where I'm at. If I get your arm, I can pull a Kimura off just like that, and it's going to literally take me 5 to 10 seconds to set it up and finish it every time.
I like it.
And
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my favorite strike, is a mean, wild overhand. I love mean, wild overhands because when they land, it never fails. Somebody buckles.
If you had to sing one karaoke song for $1,000 prize, what song are you singing?
I don't know. There's so many songs that I would choose, but I have no idea at the moment.
Okay, and it's true that one in there. They do that at a lot of these colleges for rookies when we're interviewing like sports people. That the part of the rookie initiation, they got to get up there and sing a song. So
I'm glad. I'm glad I never went through that my freshman year in college.
Yeah. Hey, where'd you go to college?
I went to West Virginia Institute of Technology, aka West Virginia Tech. Go Golden Bears!
Okay. How long have you been training for this specific fight?
For this specific fight, I mean, I've technically been in fight camp for like almost right here at 11 weeks because I was preparing for a bare knuckle fight, and then it got canceled. Well, not canceled. It got postponed for another date, and then that date got switched to another date, which is official now. And then in the middle part of this fight camp is when I found out about the Chad fight. So that just made the grind that much stronger. And been in the dungeon, putting in work, and I'm at my best right now in the fight game. So I'm ready for it.
That's awesome. And yeah, I know the bare knuckle thing is growing big time. I mean, we had Chris Lieben on, who's a big time in that. And I know Paige Van Zandt from the UFC as well. She's big on that right now too. It's definitely growing. What are the major differences for you between that and the UFC, let's say, or MMA basically?
I mean, there's no takedowns and stuff like that. And, of course I pulled a takedown in a fight, and, big Dan Mergulato was like, stop wrestling. But I like it though, honestly, because you get to still use the clinch and stuff like that. So you kind of it's still using pretty much hand-to-hand combat without takedowns. So it's pretty awesome.
So that's basically what it is, and it's taking out the ground and pound.
Yes, sir. And plus, actually, Jorge Masvidal has started his own league, Bare Knuckle MMA, and they're actually having their first card in July, I think, in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay.
No, right on. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
How does one get on the list for like post-fight interviews here, or on board pregame interviews at one of these kind of events?
What'd you say?
How does one, like somebody, if you're in a media position, how do you get into one of these events where you can ask questions pre-fight or after fight? Do you know anybody?
I don't know anybody that handles like the media stuff, but I know two fighters that are the main event on it.
Oh yeah.
You ever heard of UFC veteran Jason Knight? He's fighting on there. Okay. And he's actually fighting Charles Felony Bennett. They're the main event of that first fight card. So those are the only two guys that I know on the card. Actually, I know three guys on the fight card. Also, UFC veteran Brock Weaver is fighting on that card also.
Okay. We had him on, actually. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your ring entrance music going to be?
Huh?
What's your ring entrance music going to be?
I'm still going back and forth debating on my walkout song at the moment, but I'll make a real base decision when we get down to it in a couple days. And whatever I decide it's going to be, it's a toss up between three songs right now. There's a song that everybody wants me to use, but I mean, I like the song, but I don't know if it's really fitting for me. But then there's other two songs that kind of preach the same thing, but I don't know yet. We'll see when I start writing it down on the paper of what I want my walkout song to be.
Okay, what have you used in the past? Are you thinking you'd be the same one, or? No,
it's something different that I've never walked out to.
Okay,
one of the three songs that I may choose, but usually I'm in. I like the Baby right now, and I've walked out to his song a few times, and I like Lil Baby. I walked out to his song, and I like Fujiano. That's one of my favorite rappers in the game right now. So, like I said, it's a toss up to what I'm walking out to.
Okay.
You have a dream fight or venue?
She had a dream fight or a venue?
Yep.
I don't know about a dream fight, because the person I would want a dream fight with, I wouldn't take that fight now, just for the simple fact that, he's still a GOAT in my eyes, but, I would feel super bad if I had to fight him, and then by chance I knocked him out, I'd probably cry.
Silva? Is it Silva?
Yes, it's exactly Anderson Silva.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What about dream venue then that you wish you could fight in one day?
A dream venue, I would love to fight at the Barclays Center. I would love to fight there one day.
Yeah.
That would be a dream place.
Back in Brooklyn, right? That's what
Yes,
you mean.
sir.
Where the New York
Yep.
Islanders play too.
Yep. Yes, sir. I would love to fight there one day. So that would be a dream. If I ever got that opportunity, I wouldn't care who I fought there. I'd just love to be there. You feel what I'm saying? And plus, I got a lot of family up there. So, that'd be awesome too.
And where do you fight out of or train out of now?
Huh?
Where do you fight out of or train out of now?
I fight here out of Roanoke, Virginia right now. This is my home. I'll never leave my home gym, but I also travel. Shout out to Powerhouse Boxing Gym. And, when I get to Miami in a couple of days, I'm going to be finishing my fight camp up with Tyson Fury. I just got the news earlier today that I'll be finishing my fight camp up with him. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That's more than awesome. That's awesome.
So you're gonna go train with him for like the next week until the fight?
I'm gonna probably Wednesday night, Thursday night, and kind of finish things off, Friday night, because Saturday is weigh-ins, and I kind of want to chill Saturday, and whatever weight I got left to cut, cut that off, and then go to weigh-ins and finally get to eat me some pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say your biggest fighting moment is so far in your career?
You said my biggest fighting moment?
Yeah.
My biggest fighting moment till this day is my very first fight. It was my very first win as an amateur. It was my very first win as an MMA fighter, and I won the fight in 20-some seconds. So that's my biggest moment because it was the start of my journey. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's one
do you have any hidden talents?
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have any hidden talents?
Not necessarily, I guess.
Okay. I can do West Side with my toes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my special talent is I'm left-handed. I mean,
okay. That's like 35. Okay. That's like 35% of population, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ocho's got to watch out for that southpaw then.
Hey, he's a southpaw also, and
okay.
Several of the guys that I've trained with and traveled to train with, they're southpaws too. So it's helped me out a lot going with other guys that are southpaws, because a lot of guys that I do train with are orthodox fighters, and being able to train with southpaw fighters actually helped me out a little bit more than it usually has in the past. So that was awesome.
Yeah, we should probably get Ocho Cinco on here and shoot the shit with him and see what he thinks. I got to try to manifest that the rest of the week here.
I'm pretty sure he already knows, because he said in several interviews they've watched some film and stuff like that and watched my fights. And I actually put out a tweet on Twitter a couple of days ago, but I deleted it. I said I hate to see Chad Johnson's booty in the air like Nate's, because all that film he watched was very misleading.
I love it.
But I deleted it after I got out the gym that night, because I happened to see that interview where he said that they've been watching film and shit like that. That's expected for them to watch film, and he's finishing up his fight camp with the Charlo brothers down there in Houston, Texas, and that's awesome, and that is one of the best ways to prepare for a fight. And I got some weapons behind me too. Like I said, I'm going to be finishing my fight camp up with Tyson Fury, so that's awesomeness in its own. So it's going to be bomb, and it's going to be a good fight.
And
yeah, I wonder if Chad Johnson's ever even took a punch to the face before this fight.
I mean, from what I've seen, he's been sparring a lot with headgear and stuff on just to stay safe, and that's what we're supposed to do. Like towards the end of your fight camp, like I hate wearing headgear. And I really just like the last 2.5 weeks to start wearing my headgear just to prevent myself from getting cut or catching a facial injury before the fight. So, I'm used to getting punched in the face or punches thrown at my face. So, it is what it is. So I guess this will be his first punch in the face without headgear, so we'll see how he reacts.
Yeah, trying to think, he's probably gone against some pretty good DBs over the years, and probably had some punches thrown. I would think, especially him. He's probably a mouthpiece out on the football field.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's one weakness, and how are you looking to fix it?
One of my weaknesses.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And how are you trying to fix it?
One of my weaknesses. One of my weaknesses in the past has just letting my hands go, and we've fixed that this fight camp. Like I said, I've been in tune with my star player, and I'm happy about this fight, and I'm happy with fighting all over again. And going into this fight, it's the reawakening of Brian Maxwell. And since my last fight, I've been in the gym grinding, getting better and better and better. And we've tweaked some things, and we fixed my weakness of just letting my hand go. So I'm ready for it.
What would you say your favorite sports movie is?
My favorite sports movie?
Yeah.
My favorite sports movie of all time is the first movie that they made about Mike Tyson. Michael White, Mike Tyson. Like, that was my favorite sport movie of all time. I can watch that movie probably 100 times.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I was just going to say thank you so much, Brian, for taking the time for us today and coming on. We wish you best of luck, and I hope you knock them out.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on, man. If y'all want to do something, post-fight or something a few days after the fights, after all the craziness calms down, just hit me up and we can set up a time. And, I appreciate y'all for having me on. But, shout out to my sponsors. It's a lot of them right now. And, Fusion CBD products. Thank you guys for my walkout shoes and my walkout outfit, and finally sealing the deal with the sponsorship. And shout out to Moon Juice Cryptocurrency, the only cryptocurrency powered by energy drink. If y'all are into cryptocurrency, y'all should definitely check them out. And I got a list of other sponsors. I'm going to be probably doing a live within the next day or so, or when I get to Miami, shouting all those people out and let my sponsors know I made it to Miami safe and all that good jazz.
Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.